Hey guys, I don't know how this is gonna work. I always started out like that, don't I? Don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, we've got another one of these boards from Dollar Tree, the $3 board. I love them. They're not cutting boards, y'all know that, because they're not made to be a cutting board. They're made out of MDF. If you cut on MDF, you're gonna have a mess. A mess. Get the sign off. Now, last time I said that I should have sanded off a little bit because it left the impression of the words so much. So let's just sand a little bit and just see if it helps. This sanding block is about had it. I should have already got another one, but we're going to use it up till it has nothing else to give. We're not trying to sand it all off, guys. We're just sanding off what might be a little bit raised that would leave much of an impression. Okay? I'll just wipe it off with my tail of my apron. I do have an apron on today because, got a white shirt on. Okay, guys, we're just going to see how this goes. We're just going to see, okay? All right, I'm getting brown antique Waverly wax. And we're just going along the edges. Just because I want these edges a little darker. Because in my mind, they're going to show some. Could have got something better to do them with, but that's okay. But in my mind, they will show some, so... And I'm kind of smearing it out as I go. That was my idea behind the sponge in the first place. I just thought it might work a little bit better. A little bit better. Miss Roxanne, if you're on, I did get your message. And tomorrow is homecoming. So I'll probably try to get in touch with you, message you back. Contact you tomorrow, if that's okay. Okay, now, we've got this all the way around. I'm just going to take my sponge and kind of wipe down. Okay, that's all we need of that. If y'all hear a humming, guys, I do have my little fan right here on my face. Now, we're going to use black, because, this is black, and you can paint over it with white, but you'd have to do quite a few coats. So we're just going to put us a little black out here. And then I'm literally just going to paint it like this. We're not trying to smooth it out, and that's why I wanted the brown on the edges. We're painting a crazy chicken. Guys, he is crazy. But I didn't want the black to be perfect because he's so crazy, and I think it would just kind of add to him. So we're just going to kind of crisscross. Just kind of like that. Let's dry him. And then we'll put one more coat of black on it, and then we'll get started with the chicken. We're going to see. We're going to see about this chicken. But see, by doing the crazy, even this down here at the bottom, we can do a little bit more down in there to kind of cover up those limbs, but we don't have to worry about getting them really covered. Because they kind of just play a part in everything. Ooh, my nose is itching. You want to get it good and dry though, because our chicken has white on him, and if you don't get it good and dry, a lot of gray will come out, which we don't mind if some gray comes out. And I do have an inspiration. Guys, I always tell you, find an inspiration picture if you've got something in your mind you're wanting to try. Just find some kind of inspiration and kind of draw it out the best you can. If you have to, or print out a picture, or I've got my phone up here, the other phone, with the picture. Hopefully it'll stay up so I can kind of see it. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all when I get through with this. I'll show you the inspiration so you can kind of have an idea of what we're shooting for. But I'm just kind of doing hatch marks back and forth, we ain't worried about covering anything or and like I said, see, having the black down there, it kind of, you don't really see that. Okay, now let's get this good and dry. Put that somewhere. Rub out a little bit of that paint for the dry clipper. So let me show you my inspiration while I'm drying. Told you it's gonna be crazy. That's my inspiration picture. And all I did was free-handed me a face. Looks similar. It don't have to be exact, guys. Whenever you're trying something, it don't have to be. Don't even have to be close to exact, actually. I just thought of another step we're going to do. I didn't get me another big paintbrush. I didn't get me another big paintbrush. Let's see. What I got laying around here. Maybe I got one. Yeah, got one. We're going to take some Mod Podge, guys. Oops, that was my holder. Stand up, chicken. There. We're going to take some Mod Podge and kind of paint over this, just like we did with the black, in a hatched mark kind of way, just so that it'll seal that black in, and then we don't have to worry about our white turning to any kind of gray. Let's just put us a little bit out there, just like we did with the black. Okay. And let's just hatch mark. I don't know why I can't say that word. Hatch mark our Mod Podge on here, so it doesn't. It'll seal in that black. Oops, got me a piece of glitter. Oh, come on, glitter. But then that way, a little bit of our white may turn gray when we don't quite get it sealed completely. But it'll also, doing the hash marks with the Mod Podge, see, will kind of give it a, it is a painted surface, but it'll give it more of one. So let's get this Mod Podge dry. Then we finna start on our chicken. Oh boy. I have loved him ever since I saw him though, and I said, oh, I just want to try it. I want to try it, I want to try it, I want to try it. So we're going to try him today. I'll spread this out so we can get more eyes watching. Because this is going to be one for the record books. I'm going to go ahead and seal up there, even though we're not really doing anything up there. I'm going to seal it a little bit on the handle. Just a little bit so it'll have kind of the same look. Okay, now, see it's still all black, but now see, do you see the look of it? It'll give us a little bit of a different look. Okay, guys, we'll start out with white. We're just using acrylic paint. We don't know how this is going to go. We're just going to give it a try. Give it a try. Okay. See what brush I want you to start with. And I'm just trying in my mind to figure out where I want everything at. Okay, so here's where my back hair is going to be. And we're painting all our hair first. And see, I don't even have to be specific with this. It would just paint. But I do want to keep it kind of in long pieces. So we just got to have a lot of crazy hair, guys. It's got to have a lot of hair. So it's going to take a little while to get a lot of hair. But I've got this other, once I get a few drawn to give me just some ideas with, I've got another thing as an idea we're going to try to add a little more to it. It's a very uneven child's paintbrush, really, but I'm just getting tips. I'm just gonna give it a little bit and see how that works. Then we can draw some over it even. Now his hair already, I can tell you, I've went out a little bit more than I cared to, but it's okay. Concentrate a little bit more on this crazy up here. I looked for my fan brush. If you have a fan brush, guys, that's what I would use. But as usual, I can't find mine anywhere. And I have like 3 of them. And you know, I rearranged my craft room and I have all my paintbrushes in one area, in one little metal thing. Imagine that, it's not in it. Okay, now we're going to bring this bottom hair down. And I'm doing him first, the hair, because I want to set my face on top of the hair. Just doing crazies. I'm trying to pay attention to what my little chicken looks like. Then we'll lay our face on there. We may have to touch up around the hair, but so I'm just doing strokes. And he does have all kind of strokes, so they don't all have to come because he's got more hair, you know, that grows in other places, guys. It's not going to all come from his chin. It's going to come, you know, from where his hair grows out. It'll be everywhere. Just painting our chicken. And we do want it pretty much filled in. A little bit of black showing maybe for his, you know, body. But y'all please share this out. We can't make it without you guys. I mean, literally, we just cannot. Okay. Crazy chicken. Now, let's get that dry. You see, by putting our Mod Podge in, it kept our white from turning very gray. But you want all of it to be dry because we're fixing to have to kind of lay our arm on it. And we don't want any, you know, drag marks or any of that. His hair up here could have been a little more. We may have to touch up. I don't know. We're just going to see. I think he's looking pretty stinking cute right this minute. Okay, I think he's dry enough. Okay, now my little hand-drawn face. Okay, now I've got me a light color, colored pencil. And let's just draw his face on, and then we're gonna paint it, and we're just gonna see what we got. It's drawing way better, of course, on the white than it is on the other because we've got that Mod Podge on it, so it's kind of keeping it from coloring much. Hopefully it'll be enough I can see it. Hopefully. It's not looking too promising, but we're going to just, if we have to, have a line. Okay. I can fairly see that. Now I've got to take my picture. This is what's the, you know what I might do? Look, what we're going to do. We're going to cut around this eye. And then I'm going to cut around the nose a little bit. I mean the beak. So that I can draw right there. Then we're going to cut this little goozle. I don't even know what that is. We're going to cut up like that, and then we'll cut up like this. Kind of gives us, we'll leave them hanging on a little bit, but we're going to cut it up with some so we can make us some marks. Now look, I got him all kind of cut up. So now let me lay him back in place. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Now if I can get in here. Okay, let's get in here. See, I'm just pushing it up. Push that one up. Then I'll be able to join the lines. How about that? Okay, gotta get up this little head. Little head knocker. Then I'll see. I can figure this one out, I think. It's so hard to see this color, though. Okay, this is my eye. See, I didn't think about this when I was doing my Mod Podge, that it was going to make it harder to color. That's okay. Draw that line, connect that line, then connect this line. Connect this line. We'll have it looking similar. Similar, guys, similar. Let me see if I got all my things. I think so. Okay. Fixing to get started painting now. Trying to make sure I know where everything goes. Let's start with the beak first. There's quite a bit of yellow. Start with it. Let me get me a small paintbrush that I can do the yellow with. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see him turn out. If he, hopefully turns out. Let's put it that way. Make sure I get yellow in the right spot, though. Man, I wish I was a good enough painter that I could just hand draw this and not worry about it. Wouldn't that be great? But that's not Debbie. I have to have me something to go by. At least draw it out. Tell me on here if y'all paint. Just paint. Just go to painting. Man, that's just thrills me, people that can do that. So awesome. So awesome. I'm having to hold it up every now and then, guys, just so I can see my line. because with it laid flat, I can't hardly see that yellow line. Okay, oops, the picture went away. Make sure that's the only yellow I need. Yeah. Okay. Just fill him in just a little bit more. Okay, we're going to dry every step, guys, because I don't want to mess anything up. So let's try to get that a little bit dry. Then we're going to move on to our red. But the red on him is a little, it ain't like bright red, so we're going to add a little bit of gray into our red. That red is really bright, and we don't want it bright. Ooh, my gray sounds a little bit stiff. And I'm going to go ahead and put me some gray out because I'm going to need the gray. Y'all, with this Mod Podge under it, it's kind of crackling. But that's okay. We're not going to worry. We're not going to worry about some crackling. Okay, now let's see what we're going to paint our red with. This one. I'm mixing my red and my gray because I want it to be a little bit more dark, muted kind of red. Maybe a little bit redder than that. That's pretty red though. I think a little bit more red. Okay, I think that's working. Okay, now our red goes up here on this top knot. This paintbrush is not, I thought it would be really good. A little bit not good. See, this is a little bit see-through, so I'm going to have to paint another coat on it. Because we don't want the hair to show through. Right? I'm having to hold it up so I can see the yellow. Sorry, guys. There's our top knot. Now we gotta paint the hangy down things. Yeah, he's really crackling with this Mod Podge under there. Didn't think about that either, guys. Oh well. It's alright. Hindsight's gonna always, always be 20/20. But it did keep our white, right? Maybe we should have not Mod Podged. If you do it, if you decide to pull him up and do one, guys, don't Mod Podge where your face will be. Just Mod Podge where your feathers will be, not where your face will be. Okay, since our hair and these things are kind of over to the side, we're not going to dry that just yet. We're going to go ahead and do our eyes. Okay. Now I need a little bitty one for the eye. Now, I've got that yellow, but I'm going to use a little bit of this Antique Waverly wax. Just get a little bit on the paintbrush because I've just got a little eye, right? We're going to put it in with that yellow so we can have some gold, a little deeper than the yellow of his beak. Paint his eye. Oh, that's not deep enough. Let's put a little bit, yuck. Put a little bit of this khaki in there. And we've got to have some khaki, so we'll put it right there. So let's see if we can get it a little bit more gold. Yeah. Yeah, that worked. That did the trick. Okay, so there's his eye. Now we need the khaki. We're going to paint the little part that comes down under the eye. And that is not, okay. Regrouping, we're going to go back in for a little bit more yellow. Just a little bit. Go back over that eye. Because it needs to be a little bit more gold colored, but a little bit deeper than that khaki. Now what to do with my khaki paintbrush. Okay, now we're going to come down. Okay, then we need our gray right there. Let's see what paintbrush we're going to use for that. His beak area got a little messed up right here, but we're just gonna make it like we want it. It's okay. Now I'm gonna repaint my red because, like I said, I can see through it, and I don't want to see through it. Then we'll dry it all I'll put the lines on it, and then we'll put the wording on it, and we'll be through with our crazy chicken. And I think he's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Y'all share him out. Get more people watching. Because everybody needs to make him a crazy chicken. Because how can you hardly go wrong? How can you hardly go wrong with a crazy chicken? Just filling it in, guys, so we can't see so much of the feathers underneath our red. Gonna need a little bitty. I don't want to go down all the way beside the beak. Okay. I'm going to put just a little bit more around the yellow. Just going to do a little bit more. And I'll dry them. We'll put our white on, our black on, and then our words, and we're done with our crazy man, our crazy chicken. I am going to fill in this because it looks a little worse for wear. Let's just fill him in a little bit. Okay. Let's get him dry. We can finish touch. Yay. His beak's crackling. It's okay. We're not going to worry about that too much. Oh, I just saw something. Hang on a minute, guys. Got to go. Where's my gray paintbrush? Got to go up. I'm supposed to go up around the eye with this gray. There. He's looking pretty good. Looking crazy. Okay. Now we're going to draw. This goes all the way over there. Okay. And we're just outlining it in black. Y'all know when you outline stuff, it really kind of brings things to life. I don't know, when I was a kid, did y'all outline on the coloring pages? I did. When I got through coloring, I always went back and outlined, so I'd feel it like it was finished. You'll see on here what a difference it makes just with the outline. Don't want to mess up my outline though. And see, guys, I didn't copy her thing exactly because I made quite a few artist errors in here because I'm not an artist. I'm just a crafter that likes to have fun, and don't believe you should limit yourself at all to what you think you can do. Because y'all know, we are only limited by the limits we place on each other. I mean, place on ourselves. So, just try it. Just get out there and try it, guys. Try it. Now we're going to do our white and our word, and we'll be done. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit of white on this paintbrush. Okay, we've got to have some white in his eyes because he's got to see, right? He's got to have that little sparkle. I'm just going to draw a line under here and then kind of down. Okay, and then we're going to do some white on his beak. Outline his beak. Now mine's beak is way bigger, but guys, it's a bigger picture too. Bigger picture. Let's see. And then he has just a little bit of white right here. A little bit of white right here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to come up here to his head because we don't want to look like he doesn't have any hair on top of his head, right? We want some of the hair to come from the actual, from his head, you know. Not like he's got a line up there. We want him to actually have, so we're just going to go in. Just give him a little bit. Just a little bit of mess up there. Just to kind of just putting him a few more hairs. And then we're going back, and those lines that I just put, all I'm doing is kind of dragging out so it, you know, doesn't look like little bitty lines we just stuck up there. And then we'll make sure that I have hair coming out of all the the places. Okay, now our words. I had that little bitty brush. Messed it up with that other, but I think I can clean it off enough to use it. And ours says, don't ask, just pour the coffee. I don't care about coffee, y'all know that, so I'm just going to say, don't ask. Could have said anything, you know, anything that's crazy, because that's the whole idea behind the crazy chicken. But you know, there are chickens that are really cool like this. So let's just see. Don't like this brush. I didn't. Okay, we're going to try this one. We're going to try it. Maybe if I can get it done in enough, then rub it out. Maybe I can get it to act right. Because I want crazy riding. He's a crazy chicken. Paintbrushes out here so I know what I got to clean. Okay, guys. Now we're going to put our... He is so cute. I wish I don't use... I'm telling you ahead of time. Don't use this. If you can't find your fan brush, just stick with the little ones. Because I'm not... The only thing I'm really not liking is up here where it looks a little blurred because of using that. So don't use that. Okay, now we're going to put our string back on it. And remember, I wouldn't want to, it had a hanger, just like the other day. I wouldn't want to use the hanger. This one's we put on a little different. Yeah. Wish it wasn't. Oh well. We're going to cut it off. Maybe I didn't cut it too much. Oh, I did cut it too much. I cut it really off. But that's okay. What we'll do is just hot glue. Make sure that's dry enough. I'm just going to hot glue right there. We'll just hot glue both pieces in there together. Don't pull it hard if you hadn't let your hot glue dry. I'm just going ahead and wrapping it. I'm not pulling real hard. Just wrapping it around. Got right back here. tight. Needs to be tighter than that, sorry. Look what I did. Me telling y'all, don't pull it real hard now if it's not dry. And I'm going to pull it like my life's depending on it. If y'all haven't followed us, y'all please give us a follow. We're a crazy mess around here. Never telling what you're going to get. One thing you'll always get is we love Jesus. We love Jesus around here. Not ashamed of it. But other than that, you liable to see plumbing, you liable to see tearing out a bathroom. I mean, there just ain't no telling what you liable to see around here. Okay. If we're going to leave enough, I'm going to have to take that back out. If we're going to leave enough for a bow, I got to use that piece. Okay, and then just tie your bow back. And guys, he ain't exactly our inspiration piece. Let me show you again. But he's close enough to perfect for Debbie. That's our, come on. There's our inspiration piece. And then there's our guy. Isn't he stinking cute? Love it. And he says, don't ask. I don't like the ask real good. Hang on just a minute. You need it a little bit darker. So it'll stand out. Okay. Alright guys, that's it. So y'all share him out, and I will see y'all a little later, okay? Bye, guys.